Do you desire fulfillment, contentment, and satisfaction in your life, but don't feel like you have it right now? I want to share a little bit of my own story, and hopefully that will inspire you. How's it going? I'm Amelia Sims, and as you can see, things are changing around here on Reinventing You. I post twice a week, and I've been sharing a lot of my story of reinventing myself, but usually what that means is I'm the hero and you're the observer. I want to change that around a little bit. I want to help you be the hero in your own life, and I'm going to do that by sharing some significant stories of my own. As I change things around a little bit on Reinventing You, I'm going to invite you to subscribe today, and that way you will always catch all of my videos. And don't forget, when you do subscribe, also click on the bell, and that make sure you get a notification at the top of your screen on YouTube. There's a little bell, and you'll get a number by it when I post a new video. Perhaps you're at a point in your life where you're feeling low energy, some dissatisfaction, some pent up anger, maybe some just, I don't know, helplessness in wherever you are, whether it's your health, your relationships, your career, just simply day-to-day living has just gotten you down. I want to share a little bit about my own story, where I came from, and how I was able to turn that around. Now, I'm still in the process. I haven't gotten through it. I think reinventing or reinventioning is a process. It is a journey. And even though I'm on my way, I'm still not there yet. But I want you to find the same kind of satisfaction that I've been finding in my own life right now. All right, here's my story. This time last year, maybe a little bit before this time last year, I was burned out. I was dissatisfied. I was facing some challenges that I didn't know how to handle. And I had low energy and really hated everything about my position as an ordained United Methodist pastor. I was serving a church for about 100 members, and I had been there for a really long time, but I knew that if I continued where I was, not just in that particular church, but any other congregation, that I was going to start making some stupid life choices, that my burned out part had taken all the joy of this, what I saw as a calling from God. And so I really had to think about, what can I do? Believe it or not, the answer came to me at a suicide prevention workshop. I've got a link up here talking a little bit more about it. But basically what I learned in that workshop was that we get often in the second half of life. For me, it was around age 50. For you, it might be 42 or maybe 75. We sometimes get in the second half of life this kind of place where we are unsure of where we're going, or we're dissatisfied with what's happening, or we realize we've made some mistakes or gotten ourselves in a corner, whether it's our health, maybe our health is poor, whether we are overweight or have other health issues, maybe we're in a relationship that is basically dead or not going anywhere, or maybe even harmful. Maybe we're in a career that is just sucking the life out of us, and we're like, okay, I've gotten this far. Is that all there is? A lot of times when this happens, people in this second half of life and at this stage might consider suicide. But before that, there is a time where we can take a chance and turn ourselves around. It's called reinventing or reinventioning. That's the process that I'm going through now. When I went to that workshop, that was not the end of my journey. I had to process a lot of things. I had to pray, had to, wrestle with God a little bit. I had to talk to my husband and other significant people in my life and say, this is what I'm struggling with. What do you think? And I can tell you, at this point in my life, it was the right decision for me. By the time I retired early from the ministry, I had no joy in anything that I was doing. I don't think I was very competent in just basic everyday today ministry. Didn't mean I stopped doing anything. I just was not giving it my all. And when I did do it, I came away with just feeling just down about everything. I realized in my ministry that in trying to make others happy, and this happened a lot in ministry, or at least if not happy, religious, I had lost my true self along the way. As a minister, I tried to be sort of all things to everybody. That really wasn't working. There's a sort of a distance that's created from the pastor to the congregation, or at least there should be, to create some healthy boundaries. But I think instead of healthy boundaries, I started setting up walls, and then I didn't know how to break them down. And I just was not feeling like I was doing anything. I was just kind of spinning my wheels. And I did not know, I thought about, well, what if I just went to another church? But I didn't see that improving my situation any. I left the church, I left the ministry by retiring early. I had 20 years. I don't get an income yet. I'm not old enough. But I do know that this has been the best thing that I could do. Now, a lot of people may look at me and say, what are you doing with yourself? I seem to be really busy all the time, so I know that there are opportunities for me. I'm still struggling. I'm working with a coach. I've mentioned this before. I've got another link up there about working with a coach. I'm also doing some work in terms of learning online and learning through books and trying to figure out what my next steps are. I've had to really communicate with my family. I've had to make some financial decisions because, when you have a loss of income, you have a loss of income. It's not always easy. In fact, I've had a couple of weeks recently where I'm like, oh, did I do the right thing? Maybe I should have done this or done that. Second guessing myself. And I know that is going to happen. As my coach says, this is natural. This is what's going to happen. You just have to keep going through it. And knowing my goals, and especially having this channel, this vlog, where I know that you are depending on me to tell my story, and then also others that are looking at me and learning from my example. I'm also getting a great deal of joy from writing and from simply being available to my family, to rekindling some relationships, to making new friends. I know that a couple things I'm going to have to do is find some kind of way to help our financial situation. I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but I know that I can do all of these things because I'm in a place where I feel content and confident, and I don't have that questioning all the time and wondering where I'm going or am I doing the right thing. I made the right decision for me. I don't know what your life is like. I don't know where you are in terms of your relationships. Are they healthy? Is your health good? I mean, maybe you have some mystery illness, or you've been trying to figure out with your doctor and other practitioners what's going on with you, and you can't seem to pin it down, and you've got to make some lifestyle changes in order to improve your health. Or maybe you're like me, you're in a career, it's a dead end, you aren't getting promoted, or you don't feel like you're making any kind of contribution to society, and you know that you've got to be doing something. Or like me, I thought about this when I was going through this, I'm going to do something really stupid, and that's a stupid life choice, so I've got to really do something. Maybe that's what you're going through right now. I'm not a counselor. I have lots of life experience. I have counseled people, but I'm not licensed. I'm not a coach. I like to consider myself sort of your guide. If you can watch what I'm doing, take some advice that I've discovered along the way, I hope that will help you. To make sure you don't miss a moment of my journey and helping to be inspired for your own journey, please make sure you subscribe. And when you do subscribe, please click on the bell so you also get notifications. I appreciate you supporting me. I want to support you as well. And instead of saying, have a great one like I usually do, I want to say, have a joyful, fulfilling, and purposeful life. See you on the next one.